Hello Scorpio, hope you guys are doing fabulous. Welcome back to Sapphire Spider Oracle channel, and hope you are a returning listener. If it's your first time, welcome. So today we are still doing readings for the Aries new moon. We are a little past that energy at this time, but I am catching up, so just kind of checking in with this still fresh current energy from the Aries new moon. I just went to a crystal show today, you guys. I got such a good haul. I'm not showing any of them yet because I still got to cleanse them and all that stuff, but I'm just letting you know, Scorpio, I got some new goodies, which, by the way, wants me to mention, if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, you might want to check it out. It's very different from my tarot readings. I kind of mention a whole bunch of other stuff that I do in my practices. Of course, I do mention my tarot readings, but I focus much more on my crystals and my other signs and spiritual work. So the link is in the video description. Go check it out, along with the link for your moon sign. So Scorpio, if you don't know your moon sign, check out the link for Cafe Astrology. Maybe go get your free natal chart report. Once you figure out your moon sign, that's been a big message coming through all these tarot readings. Maybe then come back to the channel, look up the moon sign reading, and just see what it has to say for you. But let's get started. Hang on. Interesting. I was about to go for this first card, and it brought me back to a childhood memory of me and my Scorpio very best friend. Me and Scorpio get along very well, but my very best friend is a Scorpio, and we used to have this game. It was called Be Fooled, and it's just like the game where you put something under a cup and you try to guess which cup it's under. But it just kind of brought that to me, so it wants me to just kind of like pick a card. This is funny, Scorpio. So I'm a Virgo, and this was the very first card out for the Virgo reading. So there's part of this that instantly is just like I was talking about best friends. So this is kind of mentioning your best friend, Scorpio. Like hand in hand, just said sisters. Ooh, there's a song coming in. Beautiful. Okay, Scorpio, hang on, there's a message. It's pointing out the moon phases here on the back of the card. The song that came through was, I think it's just Stevie Nicks, like when she was solo. It might be Fleetwood Mac, but either way, it was the song Sisters of the Moon, Sister of the Moon. And that's a really beautiful song. And so what it's kind of bringing up to me, actually, Aries, is that part of this reading might definitely, I said Aries, Scorpio, is that part of this reading might be leading up to the Scorpio full moon, which will be coming up here very soon. So your full moon sign's coming up soon. It was saying sister of the moon. Scorpio is a very deep emotional sign, not like you're just always bawling and weeping. It's just, I said emotionally wise, right? Scorpio is very deep emotional energy, like the depths of stuff. And yet at the same time, so quick and ready to wash things away out of their life when it's not working. That's kind of what's bringing to me right now. With the Seven of Cups energy, something just said, does it matter? Scorpio, there's very much this energy of like having a conversation with my best friend, but it's starting to feel more and more like a serious conversation. Not that it's like, not like the energy's getting down. It's just, it's feeling like you are confused about something, and a voice came in and said, does it matter? And that's very much what a Seven of Cups can be about. Seven of Cups, like staring in awe in positive ways. There's a lot of fantasy and imagination associated with Seven of Cups, but also so many options, right? It gets confusing. There can be definitely some confusion associated with this card. And so there was a voice that came in and said, does it matter? Does it matter which option you choose? we usually think the answer is yes, but in a universal context, maybe it's not so much of a choice, right? Does it matter? Maybe not. It just said, if it won't matter in 5 years, it's not worth like crying over type deal. So that's what I mean. The question is like, does it matter? And if the answer is yes, it does matter, and then that's where like maybe the conversation takes another turn. But if the answer is no, then Scorpio's like, well, you kind of got your answer, right? And with this cups energy too, that is water energy, that's Scorpio. So this is definitely like Scorpio kind of, Scorpio, either you are sitting with like your kind of close friend or a sister or something like that. Someone who's very in touch with the water energy, with that full moon coming up. Someone who's more in touch with like kind of like self-care and balancing themselves, right? And you're having this conversation because maybe you yourself are confused, and the question really is like, does it matter? Okay, take this next line. It doesn't necessarily have to be about gender. It's more about these images here, right? It was saying, he hurt you. He hurt you. Does it matter? Was the question over here. It was just saying, he hurt you. So, you know, whether you're male or female watching this figure, this person, some energy outside of you hurt you. And it's definitely feeling like this is you because of the fact that now this is actually supposed to be like the ground, like dirt, like there's body parts buried in here. This is Isis, and this was Osiris before he got cut up. And then there's this his brother Set, right, who is responsible for killing him. And then their son Horus is off in the background. Set is it said plays dirty, and it's just saying, it's like, I'm telling you, this is like a best friend energy here. And this best friend energy is like, does it matter? Why are you so confused about this? This energy hurt you. Look at you. Why are you confused when it's very clear that this energy hurt you? Right? And that's part of the message that's coming in there is like, why are you so confused when you know that this energy hurt you? So I'm sorry, I'm trying to kind of fix my light over here so you can see this card better. And that's definitely the message that's coming through. Why are you confused? And look, this is a beautiful Scorpio energy. Scorpio, I don't know if this is necessarily you. I feel like you are kind of like the advisor right now for this situation. So I feel like maybe someone's coming to you. And that's the thing, Scorpio is so good with like the emotions that especially when other people get really confused, it's like Scorpio knows how to label what they are feeling because they are so emotionally adept, right? At least here in this reading. And so this energy is like kind of confused, and Scorpio is like, why are you confused? And it's giving you this analogy of this, it said this jerk energy, it said this jerk, this kind of outside energy from yourself that came in and hurt you, took someone or something away from you. Very much, this Five of Swords is very much a jealous, vengeful energy. It's just, yeah. It's saying like, someone really hurt you, so why are you confused? And that's where now now it's picking an order. So now it wants to go back to the first card because it's like, well, here's the first point. Hang on. It has me like closing my eyes and like really sitting with this card. Like I'm not looking at it right this moment because I need to feel this, is what it's saying. My right foot, just like something just squeezed me. There's a bunch of orange with like a purple X in my head. It said multiplying, multiplying. The Seven of Pentacles is about your money and your income. Most of the time. Sometimes I read this Seven of Coins very differently. For instance, in my Virgo reading, this was very different. But the reason why I'm kind of going with the money interpretation today specifically too was like it had me staring at this corn down here, which has like the multicolored kernels on it in some places, and that's where, at least here in North America, we just call it Indian corn. It's woo, whoa, wow, okay, that's a weird message. It was talking about how this corn is not genetically modified because it's that original strain of the plant, right? The corn we eat in the stores is like, it's a GMO, and it's not totally going into like full-on health mode here. It's just making an analogy, like a comparison, like, why are you so confused? This energy hurt you. It's kind of saying how like this is more natural. So this, okay, this card's coming in more positive. It's like this energy is solid. Look at this really solid altar and pyre. There's definitely these coins. There's food, there's flame, there's the sun, there's company. That's a complicated card today. I'm not gonna lie, Scorpio. This one's giving me a hard time today. This one's giving me a hard time today. I'm not gonna lie. And that's where like there's definitely like two energies in here right now. And Scorpio, you feel like the one asking questions. Why does it matter? Don't you see how this person hurt you? The second energy is like, yes, but that's what I mean. It had to sit, it had to think, it had to feel like it's confused. It's very confused. And the reason why is because there is so much of like a solid foundation here, but that's where Scorpio was coming back and was saying like, but those are excuses, because it was just saying almost how this was like a past energy, like how we had to go back for this card. Like this is a past energy. It was stable, or so you thought. It was going well, or so you thought. Is the company really worth it? Or is this the kind of company you want to keep? We have this corn, and you're like, yeah, but like this comes, and that's where it was someone was saying like, someone was saying this is natural, and someone else was making this comparison about like GMOs and how things are genetically modified. And to genetically modify something is to either splice DNA or put in other chemicals and substances into it, spray it down with pesticides. Like there's all kinds of things that we do to have the plants that we have these days. Is talking a lot about, right, like the substances and how it changes the natural order of plants. And it's talking about with people too. So there's kind of like, there's very much like a health reference here. There's things about money, stability, what is natural and what is artificial. I want this third card. I might get a clarifier for that Seven of Coins, because I'm not gonna lie, that one is like throwing me for a loop today. That's funny though, when I flipped this over, it said go get him. Like go get him. Like this wand right here is about to come down on this guy's head, and like almost like this isn't just a wand, it's like a flail, and there's some other kind of tool in this person's hand. And this is a I was gonna say, this is a masculine, I believe, in this deck for sure. So this is like, this is coming out very much like a whip, like a flail, and this is coming out like almost like a scythe, like a hand scythe that you would cut like corn down with, except then we got bananas in the background, very much kind of matching up with the corn. It's kind of pointing out how with the Page of Wands, there is bounty and abundance and food and plenty and what also looks like happiness here, but very much on its own. And that's, okay, Scorpio, it's saying like almost very much like you are going to be the messenger for somebody of this. It wants me to like, does it matter? This person hurt you. Are you giving a bunch of excuses, making things out to be better than perhaps they actually are? Are you perceiving things to be more of this energy when maybe the other people aren't around you or not? Let us just point out to you that you are already magnificent on your own. Scorpio, that's a message for you, but like I said, it feels very much like you're giving this message to someone else. You're like, go get him, meaning go kick his ass. And that's where it seems like you actually finally get a smile on your face, because it just said it's like you get permission to do this, or you give permission to someone. It's like someone's looking for permission to do the things they need to do. This is also a very positive card. This is not necessarily a warlike energy or anything like that, but you see how youthful and like spry this energy is? Like it is just ready to jump in for action, and it's like ready to, yeah, totally like kick his ass, right? And the reason why I say that is because notice how his sword is black and red, and here's the black and red. It's like literally the challenger coming up. Scheiße. It just gave me, wow, such a weird mix. Like, there's been a lot of movies and stuff, and I know some people don't care about Game of Thrones anymore, but what the energy it gave me off of this right then when I said that was the moment when Arya Stark goes flying through the air at the very end of, you know, the main battle with the Night King. And I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it for other people if they haven't seen it, but the scene where Arya comes like, ah, like at the, and she's like flying through the air, right? And that's what I mean. That, so very intense energy, like coming to meet right here. All right, arm's kind of itching. That's what I mean. There's something here about, that's the right arm. It's like, wow, like it's coming in hot, coming in hot. I do want to clarify for the 7 of coins. What was up with that? Can I please have a clarifier for the 7 of coins? What is up with that energy? That's why I keep saying though, it's confusing. Hang on. And there's that 7-7 message. You might want to check out the Virgo reading, Scorpio. You might be kind of close to, well, no, you wouldn't be close to Virgo because you're Libra. I don't know, maybe you got a Virgo moon, you know? Like, that's part of what I've been saying about moon signs. There's something here about Virgo that is, of course, for me and my personal connections to Scorpio people, but, like, you're definitely getting a few things off of the Virgo reading. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. When I flipped the star card over, y'all, it said hopelessly lost. Hopelessly lost. It said hopelessly lost and helplessly found. Like, it's not hard for people to see this energy on you or the person you're dealing with, right? You might recognize this energy immediately on someone, Scorpio, because you're that sensitive. And that's more what, Scorpio, this feels like me tuning into you, tuning into other people. And that's where, so with the star card clarifying the 7 of coins, like there's definitely some healing and hope and innocence that's kind of involved in this, but there's very much where you were, the voice that came through and said hopelessly lost. It's like you're looking at someone, you're taking a little bit of pity on them because you realize that they are so confused, they are so hopelessly lost and in this decision, and you don't know necessarily what to say to them or how to help them. It's just that it is what it is. It is what it is. And that's, Scorpio, I'm telling you, you are giving this advice to someone. Why does it matter? This person hurt you. You're making excuses. Maybe it's not as solid as you think it is. The 7-7 message, there's that confusion and challenge. Well, there are some good things. Well, I don't know. And it sounds like Scorpio is rooting for you to go get him and knock this energy out. And that's where that Arya energy came through, just like flying through the air and like coming down on that head, right? To clarify, the 7 of coins is, this energy is saying like hopelessly lost, but helplessly found. When someone feels helpless too, they feel powerless. So that's where it's like this person feels powerless or helpless, but everyone knows it and everyone feels it and everyone senses it, and therefore they are surrounding this energy very much. And this is very much like almost looking down on them too. Like these are almost some gods above, higher energies looking down on the situation. It's almost like this fire is a candle, like she sent up her prayer as well, like looking up, please, like help me, right? I'm so confused, I'm so hopelessly lost. And these people are like, and this could be you too, Scorpio, right? You're like, y'all, we gotta help this girl somehow, we gotta help this person somehow. But they're so hopelessly lost, they're so confused, they can't see the way. I know they have to make choices for themselves, but we've got to help this person, right? There's very much a helping hand energy coming in. Is there anything else that wants to come out for this Scorpio reading to finish this message off? Anything else? That Virgo card. Here, I'm just gonna put this here. That Virgo card, the Hermit. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I do feel like it. Oh, wow. Scorpio, this is weird for your reading. It made this out like the head, and like this was like the body, the arms and the shoulders and the legs of a person. And almost like these are almost like some, it said medals, awards. It also said like armor, like these are like some armor on your shoulders. But it very much made this out like the head. And so then this becomes the heart, this becomes the foundation, this becomes the arms. And it's very much like this person is laying on their back, face up, looking at me. So within the heart space, very confused and yet also very fired up and feeling the messages too and excited. Then it's saying on one hand, which this would be someone's right hand, right? On one hand, things feel solid and they're all right, you know, like it's okay. But at the same time, it's saying like there's something unnatural here that maybe you're confused and you're not seeing. And the point that Scorpio really wants to point out for this energy is this person hurt you, and that's your left hand, right? That's definitely like relationships and marriage and stuff like that. So across the board here, it's saying like in your heart space, you're confused, but that's because you're also excited and fired up, because it's like you're waiting on permission to go kick this energy's ass. But Scorpio's the one like, go kick its ass, right? So then in the foundation, it's like, I am hopelessly lost. That's the right foot. You have no idea where you're going. So you're looking up and confused, right? Still confused, looking up, and people are still looking down to you as well and saying, gotta send some shelter, gotta send some help, shelter, armor, right? And then on the other foot, on that left foot, it's very much alone and solo. Both of these energies are alone, and that's the one thing it wants to point out is that, whoo, and there's, okay, whoo, there it comes. There was just a little wave of emotion that tried to slip through right there. It's holding back pretty good, Scorpio, but it was saying like, look at yourself. No matter which foot you're standing on, you're standing alone right now. And that, whoo, Scorpio, that is the biggest message coming through right now, is you are telling someone, you need to like stop and look at yourself real quick and realize that like no matter what foot you're standing on, you're still alone right now. So does it matter what you do? Because either way, you're very much on your own right now. And I think that is a very important lesson for either you, Scorpio, or someone else. It's like, instead of being so confused about all these extra energies up here, all these extra figures, it's like, look, first of all, take it down to the grounded base level. no matter what you do, you are standing alone right now. Which, right? But that sucks sometimes. So then on the flip side of that, it's saying, okay, if this situation or person were to step away from your life, guess what? You'd be standing on your own, but in a very strong way with this Hermit card. Definitely got the ancestor, the white deer, the stag coming through. Look at these cute little animals trying to help you out here in these bottom two cards. It's pointing that out too, that you have spirit animals no matter like which path you take that are guiding you. But that's where it's saying on the flip side over here is like, and it's kind of like if this energy goes away from your life, you're still standing on your own, but in a very strong way. If it stays, right, there's two people in this card. If it stays, you're still kind of sitting here on your own, and instead you're having to take care of this little animal and nurture it too while you're feeling very lost, because of the fact that there's something not quite right about this card up here. And that's what I keep saying. There's something not quite right about this card. There's something here happening with money, with food, with everything that has to do with that earth energy, right? And definitely with the kind of like two brothers here. It can be friends, it can be family, it can be a relationship. It can definitely be a relationship. And so Scorpio, you're doing a great job, I think. I'm telling you, this doesn't feel like this is you, Scorpio. I'm telling you, this feels like this is somebody else that you are talking to, and you are having to be the advisor, and you're like, yo, like, get a real picture. It ain't even about everything up here. Like, take it down to another level. Like, no matter which move you're making right now, you're on your own. And instead of letting that decision scare you or that knowledge scare you, it needs to be more along the lines of like, it doesn't matter what decision you make because we're already here. And when you take these two cards away here, you instead get left with the more happy fantasy, imagination, awe, like what are the possibilities, right? And this excitement of getting to go do things. So it's very much like inviting you to take something out of the equation here, or both sides, right? Ooh, Scorpio. What's on the bottom of the deck to finish this out? Strength. Woo. Yes. Look at that strength card too. This chimera, crocodile, lion, bear thing, she is wrestling it, and she reminds me very much of Princess Merida from that Disney movie Brave, right? She's got the like Scottish, the plaid, right? And all that red hair, like, so she's wrestling down this bear, which that was an energy that came to like threaten her father specifically before, and then the rest of her family. So there's something very much here about like, you got to be strong. You can wrestle this down, whatever this is. Ooh, and it wanted to kind of point out how the face of this crocodile kind of resembles this face here. So definitely Scorpio's sending the message of strength. Not so much about inner strength in that deck. It can be very much about some actual physical strength, about you got to wrestle something down. And it's just saying that no matter what, realize that you're already standing alone. So if you're scared of standing alone, guess what? You're already fucking doing it on your own, right? So which way do we want to go? Do we want to be hopelessly lost and helplessly found, or do we want to be the calm, serene, Virgo-related energy of this hermit that just kind of is like, you know what? I'm going to take my leave, and I'm going to go into the woods, and I'm going to go do my thing. Whew, that's that Scorpio energy, though, right there. Being bold enough to, instead of being in this energy, be like, I'm going to take my leave. I'm going to go do my thing. I'm going to go just get out of this situation, right? Scorpio, that was a long one. That was definitely, I mean, my Virgo reading was long too, so y'all for sure, like, having some kind of deep conversation with somebody out there. Feels pretty good for you, though. So I do think you are going to be that helping hand right now, though. With the Scorpio full moon, it wouldn't surprise me at all. So take care of yourself, first and foremost, but sounds like maybe take care of some other people, too. Be friendly, right? Let me know how that resonates for you there, Scorpio. I will see you guys on the next reading. Thank you.